A warm welcome back to the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. In today's recap, there's quite a fair bit of focus on Etihad Airways. Boeing's deliveries are continuing to drop, and Turkish Airlines has announced plans to grow its fleet. And let me begin there, with the Turkish flag carrier announcing a lease agreement to increase its fleet and commitment to the A321neo family of aircraft. This being the most popular member of the A320 family in recent years, with a significant amount of orders and deliveries each month. Leading aircraft lessor AerCap will provide 10 more of this type aircraft as part of its commitment to the growing Turkish Airlines. The pair have yet to publicly disclose the specifics around the delivery timeframe for these aircraft, or even the variants that will be selected. As we know, the A321neo program is diverse, with multiple options available that can be explored. Turkish Airlines has clarified on numerous occasions that it wants to more than double its fleet and grow its destination list to over 400 as part of a commitment to becoming one of the largest airlines in the world. This is something it hopes to achieve across the next 10 years. And while these are ambitious plans and they won't be easy, the airline is seeking lease contracts such as the one that has just been agreed to accelerate proceedings and push it further in the right direction. The company has already signed major contracts with the likes of Airbus for new aircraft directly coming from the source, but the opportunity to enter the leasing market to grow its portfolio is something that simply can't be passed upon, and that is what we're seeing take place with this latest agreement. Moving over to a double feature on Etihad Airways, with the airline announcing plans to send its flagship Airbus A350 to Toronto, Canada, as part of a commitment to elevating customers' experience. The A350, according to the airline, is bringing fresh standards that focus on improving the traveller's overall experience when flying aboard the airline. Using the Airbus widebody to serve markets such as Toronto will align with Etihad Airways' strategy of growing and meeting demand with the best possible platform, and in this case it is the A350. Flights on the A350 towards the Canadian city will commence on the 27th of October 2024 with daily frequency. EY21 departs Abu Dhabi at 2:35 in the morning, with an 8:15 a.m. arrival into Toronto. The return leg operates as EY22 with a 2:20 p.m. departure and a next day arrival just 10 minutes past midnight back into the airline's home. The A350 within Etihad Airways has 44 business class seats. Guests will be able to experience high levels of privacy. Why? Well, the company cites its forward-facing direct aisle access seats that do see it focus on offering the best possible comfort. This seat transitions into a fully flat bed, which is what you've come to know and expect for a business class. Other amenities include noise-cancelling headphones, significant amount of storage for personal belongings, and an 18.5-inch TV that will bring the latest in-flight entertainment. Like many other airlines, the carrier has looked to elevate the experience even further thanks to built-in wireless charging docks and a Bluetooth headphone pairing, giving customers more options for their travel, and staying with the Abu Dhabi-based company at the same time as announcing plans to deploy its A350 to Canada for the first time. They also unveiled further changes to their North American network. The Abu Dhabi-based company says it will increase its flights to the popular Boston to daily, and therefore boosting its North American network even further. The increase will take effect on the same day as the A350 flight through to Toronto, that is the 27th of October 2024. The 7879 Dreamliner is going to be utilised between the two locations, with the aircraft being able to seat 28 in business and 262 in economy class. EY7 departs Abu Dhabi at 10:10 with a 3:20 p.m. arrival into Boston. The return leg, which is EY8, will spend many hours actually on the ground in Boston before departing just after 10 p.m. with a next day arrival into Abu Dhabi at 7:15 p.m. These times, of course, being local to their respective destinations. Etihad Airways does say that bumping up flights is part of a natural progression of the airline's commitment to the United States. In fact, the airline's chief revenue and commercial officer went that little bit further to say that since flights launched to Boston, which actually wasn't all that long ago, they've performed incredibly well. A move towards daily is in response to the fantastic levels of demand that they're seeing, and they have the aircraft available to be able to meet this demand. Boston joins the likes of Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., and even Toronto that acts as part of that North American footprint. And before the pandemic, there were more locations that Etihad Airways served, such as Los Angeles, but the company has yet to return here. Service timings were noted to be optimized specifically for customers who want to continue travel onwards deeper into the United States. This is thanks to Etihad Airways' partnership with JetBlue, who extensively uses Boston Logan to then travel onwards. On to the final story, and Boeing has published its deliveries for the second quarter of 2024, therefore giving us a great view of the half-year results in what has only been another challenging year for the plane maker. During the second quarter, Boeing delivered 92 aircraft to customers right around the world. Primarily 737 deliveries led this, 70 of which were for this family. The manufacturer delivered 6 767 family aircraft, and 7 777 family jets were also shipped off, definitely aided by the resumption right at the end of June of scheduled deliveries towards China. Boeing's leading widebody, the 787 Dreamliner, saw 9 deliveries across the second quarter. The half-yearly total for deliveries stands at 175, with the 737 and 787 families accounting for the large bulk of these. But it is worth mentioning the 175 units are considerably less than what Airbus is reporting, who delivered 323 planes in the same period. Ultimately, the figures released by Boeing represent another strong drop year over year. This year, however, is very different to the last. It's battling considerable oversight. This all came following a door blowout incident in the first week of 2024 and subsequent quality problems. So while 2024 was earmarked to be an incredibly fundamental one for the company to continue moving in the right direction, it hardly turned out that way. And with all of this occurring in the first week, has really set the tone for what 2024 will be remembered as for the plane maker. Data indicates that there was a drop in June of almost 30% from 1 year prior, with deliveries as well, as it continues to battle challenges in having a stable production of aircraft. Since the beginning of the year, the FAA has barred Boeing from increasing production on aircraft programs just such as the 737. This move is to prevent continued quality lapses from slipping through, and instead work to find a way to stop them permanently. However, during this period, Boeing cannot deliver aircraft at the rate it would ideally be doing so. As a result, the backlog of deliveries continues to grow, and airlines see their own delays mount with negative impacts, focusing especially in on their finances. While it is true that Boeing will continue to be poised to be outperformed by its competitor, Airbus, it's argued that the American manufacturer has many more issues on its hands than just its battle with its fierce competitor, and that will come into focus once more once it can sort out all its other difficulties. That'll conclude today's aviation news recap, where there were technically 4 stories, so certainly an action-packed one. Thank you very much for your support here on the channel. Be sure to stay tuned, same time, same place tomorrow, like I say every single day, where there will be another one of these long-form recaps, taking a look at the latest industry news. And we'll